Welcome to the second box mode lesson. This one's going to be on the Dorian scale, which is the second box in the 7 scales that I'm going to show you. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, I suggest you go and watch that first because it will give you a better idea of what I'm trying to teach you, otherwise it may seem a bit random. But long story short, basically I'm going to show you 7 different scales which are all going to interlock together in the same key, and this will help you know where you are on the fretboard at all times. And you can transpose that to any key. So let's go for the Dorian scale. Okay, so in the last video we did the Ionian scale. If you haven't learned that one yet, go back and learn that first, and then we move on to this one, which is the Dorian scale. So that's 5, 7, 8 on the low E, then 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9 on the next 3 strings. So that's A, D and G, they're all 5, 7, 9. And then the B string, 7, 8, 10. And the E string, 7, 8, 10 as well. So 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. Pretty simple one, that one. Slowly. Now if I play those two next to each other, you'll hear how they kind of get higher as they go up. So all those notes are all in the same key, those two scales lock together. Now, once you've played the crap out of both the scales, the Ionian and the Dorian, you'll notice that they share some notes, and that's how they interlock together. So the first 3 notes, for example, the first 3 notes of Ionian are 3, 5, 7, and the first 3 notes of Dorian are 5, 7, 8. So the 5 and the 7, they share together, and that's part of how they interlock together. You also could simply do a Dorian scale by starting on the 2nd note of the Ionian scale. That's the same as, you can hear it. But if we simply do that, we're going to be just in one place on the fretboard, which isn't ideal. We want to be moving around a bit. That's why I'm giving you 7 scales that are going to span the entire fretboard. So master these 2 scales, and you'll start to see, you'll be able to visualize a lot easier the boxes that I'm showing you. I don't even know why I'm playing now, my fingers can't stop. You'll start to visualize these 2 boxes in your mind, and then you can move between them while you're soloing, while you're writing, while you're trying to figure out a key, whatever. Now let's say I'm jamming in the G Ionian box. Into the Dorian. Into the Ionian. Then just between the 2. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what you can do. So even just knowing these 2 boxes, you can go between them, solo between them. Once you know the 3rd one, you can throw that in. You can move up to different places on the fretboard, and then the rest of the scales, and you can move all the way up to here. And you can transpose that into any key, so you don't have to just be in G, obviously. So yeah, try to have a go at that. Just mess around with those 2 scales, learn them, and then just jam between them. See how you go, see how you find it. You'll start to notice the patterns between the scales, and it'll all make a lot more sense. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what these lessons are all going to be about. If it doesn't, don't worry too much, it will still become clear over the course of the lessons. For now, all you need to worry about is just learning those 2 scales. Ionian and Dorian. The next one we're going to do is Phrygian, that will be in the next video, and we'll link that with those ones, and then gradually we'll work our way up the fretboard until you can cover the whole fretboard knowing where you are in what key. Obviously this isn't going to work for all kinds of scales. If it's a harmonic minor, notes are going to change, frets are going to change, melodic minor or blues, things are going to change. So it's not going to work for every single key in every song ever, but major and minor, you're sorted for.